Thomas D'Alessandro III, mayor of Baltimore in 1968. I can give you an example of how the racial relationship was. You could go out to the Colts game and see Lenny Moore break through one of those linemen and go 64 yards for a touchdown. And everybody in that overwhelmingly white Memorial Stadium crowd was up cheering. Then after the game, when the team went out to have dinner, Lenny Moore wasn't invited. He couldn't get into the white restaurants. You could cheer his run, but you couldn't allow him to eat. But we had a solid black community, even in those days. It was controlled by the Ministerial Alliance, by the churches. Their churches were packed. 1,200, 2,200, whatever their church could hold, they were packed. My hope at that time was that if we could have made it to Sunday morning, when the Ministerial Alliance and the black churches would be open for services, then we would have made it. We lasted through Thursday and Friday night, and at 5:30 on Saturday night, I got a call at home that a brick had been thrown through one of the stores along Gay Street. One brick led to another, and that was the beginning of the riots. I rushed back down to the city hall. We had the police out there, we had the fire department, the National Guard, and I kept looking out and I saw smoke breaking through in all areas of East Baltimore. I knew we were in serious trouble. Saturday night late, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, things began to spread into West Baltimore. That's when I called Governor Agnew and asked for troops. Federal troops came into Druid Hill Park about 6 o'clock Sunday night, and for all intents and purposes, by 9 o'clock Sunday night, the riot was over. There were 82nd Airborne Infantry troops. They came down Park Heights Avenue with fixed bayonets. They never fired a shot. You know, the rioting by itself, the burning, everything that took place there, was all new to us. So everybody in their different sphere of activity, the police, the mayor, the judicial system, the state attorney's office, the U.S. attorney, everybody had to improvise. Nevertheless, less than 48 hours later, Tuesday at 1 p.m., I threw the first ball out to open the baseball season at Memorial Stadium. There was tremendous hostility and animosity towards me and towards the city administration by most of the people whose properties were burned out. I was sued hundreds of times. They were thrown out of court. But that's natural, you know. They lost their livelihoods. That was one of the areas where we tried to get them back on their feet as quickly as possible. But you can imagine those people who had their livelihood taken out from under them.